Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course, and as you can see from the title of this video, I will be giving my commentary on podcaster Dustin Ross's interview with Marsau Scott from Love and Marriage Huntsville. The interview just dropped tonight on Carlos King's YouTube channel, and Marcel had a lot to say about the Melometers, whom he likes to call the Melometers. So it's going to be a lot. It's definitely going to be annoying. But before I get into these details, you know what I'm going to ask for, right? That is for you to please hit the like button on this video. If you're feeling negative and you decide to hit that dislike button, that's all good too, because either one of those work the same, meaning that YouTube will recommend this video to more people who enjoy discussing the various topics surrounding Love and Marriage Huntsville. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. I would definitely love to have you. And the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary on this soundbite is allowed for criticism. Consistency is key. All right, and before midnight, this is my fourth video that I have made today. So productivity is a key word as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So I am going to play this soundbite and come back with my commentary. Homeboy definitely had a lot of nerve. So here it is.
Just one Melody and Marcel question, right? Marcel has often mentioned like that, he was pushed to make the decision to make the threat allegedly that he sent via text message to Melody. And he keeps saying that, when somebody's poking you, but we haven't yet gotten a clear, defined occurrence from him, right? We haven't gotten, well, Melody did this or said this or did this and this influenced my choices. What can you tell us that you've seen that may have influenced some of his choices, as bad as they were, obviously? Have you missed something, or is what are we missing here, Marcel?
I will say this, okay? I will say that if someone can poke you and make you do what they want you to do, then they're stronger than you are. So all you're confessing to is being a weak-minded person, okay? That's number one. So you can't allow someone poking you to cause you to act. Because at that point right now, you're being controlled. And they have the stronger mind in that situation. So number one, once you give up responsibility for your actions, then you're out of control. So you cannot blame your actions on other people. That's number one. But the second part of it is, yes, we know that. We know for a fact that, we know for a fact that Mel has activated her flock, her following, her deplorables, to act. She's done that. I've said it 1,000 times, and this is the case. Mel and Marcel struck one little match, and they threw it into a forest of trees. That match turned into a blazing fire. They walked away and haven't thrown a match in a while, but their hands are not clean from not throwing a match. They threw the match, and so now the Melometers, they're just they just got their agency of deplorability, and they're just trying to attack everybody and anybody,
Really?
They're not happy with themselves. But at the end of the day, they started it. But Marcel, to a certain extent, he's acting like he doesn't care what people think. He cares everything about what people think. Yes, he doesn't watch the show, but he catches the highlights. He knows everything that's going on in the show. So those things are not true. The truth is that he cares too much about what other people think, and he's trying to control that narrative by getting his story out. He's not doing this to get his kids, because you wouldn't do this to get your kids.
Yeah. It takes you away from them, actually, as we've seen with
it takes you away from society.
Yeah, as a whole.
For 23 hours a day.
And clearly there has to be some sort of different approach made there when it comes to something, because the what we've seen are attacks, right? We haven't seen any sort of bridge being built or any sort of attempt even to have harmony. We've seen the attacks and we've seen the result of those attacks. And so it just makes it kind of difficult when it comes to understanding his POV and his decision making in those cases. So, what is it that you can say though after spending 6 seasons on the show and having a relationship with what the fans have to say? What do you have to offer, right, to the viewers to kind of maybe shift their focus and maybe even some of the Melometers, Melodies fans who have not been maybe the most maybe the most welcoming, right, to other stories on the show? Mm-hmm. What do you have to say to them to kind of encourage them maybe to look at things differently, or is there anything you can offer the audience as we go through this season?
Well, I don't think you can encourage the Melometers because I don't think that they have the intelligence that I can't speak to them in a language that they can understand, right? And so whether they're too smart or I'm too stupid, I'm not smart enough to communicate well with them. Okay, because I think that there's a comprehension gap between reality and what's seen on a television show on Saturday night. I had someone. I'm building a house around the corner, and I had someone make a comment that said, "You can tell he's lying because we didn't see it on the show," and that made me understand them better. It makes me understand their logic. So no, but I would say for fans is the same thing that I would say to anybody else. I would say walk this situation through in your real life and see how that really adds up. How does this add up in reality? We're at an age right now, we have to ask ourselves, what is it really and what's really going on, right? And so when you say, hey, this person's lying about this right here, say, well, is what they say, can you prove what they say? Right?
Yeah.
So I think that the fans need to allow television to be television, understand that they see an edited version of what is probably true. And if they choose to like these people and engage with these people, liking one person, liking someone does not mean you have to agree with everything they say. Yeah. You can love someone. I mean, if you've ever chastised or spanked your kids, you know that you can love someone to the ends of the earth and totally just give your heart to them. But you don't have to believe that they're always telling you the truth. Yeah, sometimes they make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And give that right to politicians, give that right to entertainers, give that right to celebrities. Kobe is my guy. Yeah. I love Kobe. Kobe was wrong for the shit he said at Shaq.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? People are human. So just because you ride with them, just because you're a Melometer, doesn't mean that Miller doesn't mess up sometimes.
Okay, so you heard what he had to say. It was a lot, and so let's get into it, shall we? So, Dustin, as you all heard, he asked Marsau a question about Marcel Holt, and Marcel saying that with him threatening Melody with Revenge P, it was a result of him being poked and poked and poked, or even like what he put in a text message, "Stop bullying me," which we all know is cap, okay? And he said, what are your thoughts on that? And Marcel started off talking about Martel lacking self-control. And he says, well, if that's the case, you're a weak man if you're saying that someone is poking you, and now you're basically going to go off the deep end and threaten them with Revenge P. But then he found a way to weave into that by talking about Melometers. And what I am wondering is, how did he connect Melody Cherie's fans to Martel saying that, he'll just go off after being poked and poked and poked? Marcel, if you're trying to insinuate that Martel, threatened Melody with the Revenge P and acts unhinged sometimes, in my opinion, because of the Melometers, then you should have said that explicitly. If you think that the Melometers are the reason why he threatened his wife with Revenge P, you should have said it clearly, because to start off talking about Martel's lack of self-control, then you mention the Melometers saying that Melody has activated us. Those two make no sense. They don't go together. They cannot coexist. And a question about Martel saying that after being poked and poked and poked, he'll do something, he'll pop off. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. But those two do not go together at all. Martel's lack of self-control and how Melometers move, the two are totally disconnected, unrelated, altogether. Now, he even said that, Melometers are acting what he calls deplorable. And, I've said this in previous videos when I give commentary on Wanda's lives, on, like her YouTube lives. So it's wrong if Melometers say something that you think is out of pocket. But if you say something out of pocket, that is okay. You may even say, well, you are defending yourself. You are upset, you're human. And after the Melometer said X, Y, and Z, now you're saying horrible things about them on your YouTube channel. But remember how the Melometers came together, just like Melody said on Carlos King's podcast show. After the viewers were seeing everyone on the cast gang up on her following Martel's lead, that's why the Melometers said, no, we're going to back her up because that is unfair and that is bullying. And nobody likes to check for a bully. Nobody ever does. Some people are weak and may join in on the bullying, but for the most part, people do not like seeing that ish. Absolutely not. But it seems to be whenever Melometers say or do anything that they feel is out of pocket, that's wrong. But whatever they say is fair game. I want to point out that my opinions do not reflect those of Melody Cherie Rogers. Melody does not tell her fans to go off on the cast in comments on social media posts, nor does she tell her fans to go off on the cast in their DMs. These Melometers, these fans, we are adults, and they make the choice to go on the cast members' social media and to reach out to them and give them their opinions on their behavior that they see on the show. Melody does not tell us content creators what opinion to have regarding the cast, nor does she tell us content creators how to deliver our opinions. Melody did not come up with, the nickname for Maurice, the C word huncher. I can't stand that disease. I don't even like saying it. So that's why I'm calling it the C word. Melody didn't tell anyone to call Nell bundles. Trust me, Nell influenced that all on her own. So to say that Melody has activated her fans in a negative way, that is incorrect, untrue, and unfair to Melody. Marcel has casted a net on all Melometers, lumping us all together as unintelligent, deplorable, and attacking others. He even accused Melometers of always agreeing with Melody and assuming that she's perfect. When from any very lower intelligent level, we all know that there's no perfect human being. You can be a member of a church, go every single Sunday, hear your pastor preach, and you're not going to always agree with every single thing that they say in their sermon from the pulpit. That's because you have your own brain and it is functioning well, and you have your own sets of thoughts, life experiences, and opinions. But he used an example of, I guess he has posted on his social media that he's building a house. And he said that someone whom he assumed is a Melometer commented he must be lying because we did not see this on the show. Now, did that person leave what I think is an unintelligent comment? Yeah, I do, because obviously what happens with footage, it gets edited. Have we seen every single thing from the cast lives being shown on the show? No. We know that unfortunately, Love and Marriage Huntsville cameras were not in Atlanta for Melody's Mimosas with Melody event. Also, during his interview with Dustin Ross, Marsau said that the Black Expo Atlanta will not be shown on Love and Marriage Huntsville. So, of course, we all know that things get edited out. I want to also point out that sometimes when people leave comments like that, those like Beavis and Butthead, Bonehead, Meathead sort of comments, sometimes the people do know better, I think. They're just trolling. So I believe more than likely that person was trolling him, but he took it as, oh, they're stupid. But that's not all of us, Marcel. Do not generalize all of the Melometers. And that is my opinion on that. But definitely, I want to, know what you all think. What did you think about that soundbite and him judging the Melometers, lumping us all together, actually trying to insult our intellect? I definitely take offense to that. But he doesn't know me. And like he said, we should let television be television. I know I don't know him personally. My commentary is what is shown. And you definitely give editors something to work with, Marceau, which gives us content creators something to work with. So now I think this is my last video for the day. So now I can get ready for bed. But I thank you all so much for watching this video. Each and every time that you all support it means so much to me. Please hit the like button on this video, as it is a free way of supporting the channel. And please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit if you have not already done so. And I will talk with you all soon. Bye.